Now I'm really excited to be sharing this route with you, and we have a glorious day here on Wednesday. I think it's the 10th of August today. It's about 25 degrees. It's really quiet, not too many people up here. I'm just making my way up to the lake now. Now most people that will come up to the west face of Gliddervac will take the path up from Ogwen Cottage, which runs parallel to a lovely stream with water cascading over the boulders. And today, just to make the day a little more interesting, I'm actually going to climb in the stream rather than follow the path adjacent to it. I'm just making my way past the lake on one of the faint paths, and I'm heading towards the quartz seam at the start of West Gully on Gliddervac's west face, and I'll show you a picture of that now. So I've scrambled up to the starting point at the base of West Gully. I've got the quartz seams in front of me. I took about an hour and 45 minutes today, but it was quite a hot day. I did stop for a 15-minute swim in the lake as well. Now you've got your gully bed in the left-hand side, and you can go up the left side of the gully. As you can probably see, there's some well-worn rocks on here, or you can take the right-hand side out to the right and swing back into the left just as the gully narrows a little bit further up. And here you can just make out the ramp going up into the crack and up to the groove on the ridge. Very steep up the top, and then onto the ridge and up to the tomb up there. Well, I'm pretty much onto the ridge now, and just below sort of the main steep section. Wow, this is good fun. Definitely not for the faint-hearted up here, I don't think. And I've still got all of this to go. Ah, there you are. Well, I've topped out of Dolmen Ridge, and that was an absolutely exquisite scramble. Very steep in there near the top, but I just put a foot over to the right hand side and just clambered over slightly to the right. I'm only talking about a metre, and it kind of got me off that near vertical wall, and I found it a lot easier to go around just slightly to the right near the top. Other than that, fantastic scrambling up here on a day like today. Bone dry up here, and some fairly decent holds in there, fewer to choose from near the top obviously, and definitely a lot steeper, loads and loads of exposure on there. So, you know, top tier scrambling route on here, probably one of the more difficult routes that I've ever done up here. So that's it, but all good, really enjoyed that, and I've got some lovely drone footage as well. So I'm going to make my way up to the tomb, so I will see you at the top. Well, I'm inside the tomb, and I can think of worse places to stop for a quick little lunch break. It's nice and cool, but the view's not too bad out of the window. So after stopping for a brief lunch in the tomb and getting some respite from the sun, I scrambled up on top of the tomb on the roof, and then made my way along a delightful ridge scramble to where I am now, which is about 10-15 minutes away from the summit of Gliddervac and the famous cantilever stone. So obviously, if you did decide to come up and try this route, it is a grade 3 scramble. You really would need some previous experience at similar sort of climbing or scrambling, and maybe even some training as well. That said, if you do decide to come up here, I've got a few little tips that I'm happy to share with you. The sunlight doesn't hit Dolmen Ridge until around midday in the summer, and you may find that some of the rocks and the ground around this area may stay moist and wet well into the afternoon. So this is definitely a route to do later in the day as opposed to first thing in the morning. Also, the beginning of the route, which ran parallel to the gully, there was a lot of moisture on the ground, a lot of grass, a lot of moss, just generally a lot of water being held in that part of the route, and there was also lots of quartz as well, which, as you probably know, is very slippery. So the two don't go too well together. If you do come up here, I do suggest you take extra care at the start of the route as well. As for Dolmen Ridge, well, as you saw, there was a very steep section there, almost a grooved section with cracks and holds on the left hand side. Very steep, very exposed there, sheer drop for many dozens of meters down on one side, and I did find it slightly easier near the top of that groove to just reach over with a foot to the right hand side, and that kind of took the edge off some of the more dangerous parts of the routes, but it is still a grade 3 route throughout on this one. So that's it, I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm going to make my way up to the summit of Gliddervac, and then I will be going down Bristly Ridge, and then I'll make my way down to the lake at the bottom of Gliddervac, and I'm going to go for a swim to cool off and finish off the day. So look, I'll leave you with some footage that I've taken today, and I hope you really enjoy that. Now, if you've liked watching me go up on this epic adventure up Dolmen Ridge, do hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe as well if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. My name is Daniel, I'm the Bull Scrambler. Thanks once again for watching, and hopefully I will see you on the mountain one day.